Indians, right? Because we all went into slavery, right? And we went into slavery for a reason. Do you know why? The Bible tells you. So when you go in the Bible, right? Now, the Bible, right? Even the apocrypha, right? Something that the so-called white man, which is the so-called white man is Esau. Oh yeah. Right. So and I think a lot of our people waking up to the fact that he's Esau. So when you go in the Bible, right, there are curses that we will go through as a people, and the curse are prophetic signs. Like something is prophetic is something that's told to you before it happens. All right, or it's told to you before it comes to pass, rather. So those things happen to us, right? So Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15 it says, "But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." And by the way, a curse is something evil from the Lord. Right? See, contrary to popular opinion and belief, the Lord creates all things. He make peace and create evil. The Lord kill and make alive. He tell you that all in the scriptures. You go in these churches, you think the Lord is big softy. You think you hear from these so-called pastors, you don't think the Lord is a big softy. No, you're right. But if you go in the scriptures, they tell you the fear of the Lord. They tell you how great and terrible he is. Right? So one of the curses, right? 48, right? You can Google this, right? It says, "Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in the hunger and in thirst, and the nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee." Now, if you go to your phone, right, you got your cell phone on you. Go to Google real quick, please. Show you something real quick. It's something that you can just easily Google and you get the images automatically. So, it's just to show our people, because a lot of people don't believe. And the scriptures say 2/3 of people don't believe.
Listen, what you're supposed to be, it's the same thing with Genesis 15:13.
Yeah, so hey, the Lord, huh?
Are you familiar with Genesis 15?
Of course I am. Of course I am. And so that's the reason why we bring out the scriptures about people explaining this stuff. The scriptures explain this stuff very well. Right? And one thing about our people is when you tell them the truth, they don't listen to you. Yeah. So when you go to Google, type in "yoke of iron."
So they wanted to debate without knowledge.
Well, yeah. Well, Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge." Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like when you go into being financially successful in this world, it's not a good way to get it. They gotta be a part of these secret fraternities and all this stuff. Get down, like witchcraft and all that stuff. You got it. So the images come up. What images do you see? Click on images. Yeah, you should start to see Negroes and then Native Americans and stuff. Keep on scrolling, you'll see Hispanics. And this is a curse that the Bible is talking about. And that happened during the transatlantic slave trade, the Renaissance period. All right, and then even it speaks about the transatlantic slave trade. In verse 16, it says, verse 16 says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see no more again. There you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." So, do you know what Egypt means? Well, yeah, it's actually true. It's a book called "Into Egypt Again" with ships, right? The word Egypt meaning the house of bondage. The real name of that place you call Egypt is Mizraim. You had Ham, right, which was the son of Noah. Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Now the Ham, you had Canaan, you had Put, you had Cush, you had Mizraim, which were the Egyptians, right? And so that's why, yeah, Cush the Ethiopians. Ethiopians. Yeah, because the Lord even said, "Art thou not like? Did not I make thou like unto the Ethiopians?" Because the Ethiopians are fair in complexion and looks, right? Out of all the Hamitic nations, we'll call it.
What's the definition of fair?
Meaning like coming, beautiful, good looking. Yeah, because Ethiopians come in different shapes and forms too. That's why you go into history. When the northern tribes, when we were kicked out, we went to the Syrian captivity. The southern kingdom started to replace us with like those Cushites, the Ethiopians. to try to fill that void. The Northern tribes been away because we were kicked out first. To be honest with you, bro. Those of us that come from Native Americans, because your lineage and your bloodline go by your fathers.
Yeah. What's your last name?
Me, my last name is Clifford.
Clifford? Are you from Colorado?
No. Everybody be asking me. I don't know how old you are, but 50. My dad be a little older, he be like me, he be like 55 or 60.
So you from here?
Yeah, I'm actually born here. My dad is from off the Reds. So yeah, my dad and son. They raised around the Choctaw brothers and sisters. So my grandmother brought them up. She let my granddad brought them up here.
Yeah.
My mother actually from down south as well. And they met up. They like 14, 15 years old. Started having us. I'm like the fourth oldest out of it. I'm born and raised here actually. I know Will. Same age and everything. Yeah. That's why I knew I'm like one of these people because I knew y'all fake each other.
Now, I seen you out here a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I rode through. And I just rode through again. I said, I want to see what my brother talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I see Will. He chopping up with me. I say I grew up knowing him. I ain't know Johnny come later. I'm talking about to go back. You know what I'm saying? So like going back to Milo crib. Milo Jeffries. Little Milo.
I think with the next really well. I think we look at the
Milo?
No,
Will? Yeah. So that's one of the curses as well. Deuteronomy 28:64. It says, hey, it's perfect before I left, right? It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known with stone. So God. So wood represents the Christianity and the stone, the Catholic stone of Islam. They're the main two religions I people in, Christianity and Islam. This ain't about Christianity. It's about nationality. They tell you who all the nations are. And then even the book of Quran acknowledged the fact that the children of Israel, the blessing that the Heavenly Father gave unto us.
So it's only religion it is really to obey God.
Well, fear the Most High. But it was made especially for the Israelites to believe in the Most High. Because the Lord created 18 nations, right? Now, all 18 nations, he chose one nation to be special unto himself, to be a peculiar treasure unto himself, right? That's the nation of Israel. So, the black, so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, there are 12 tribes. What's up, bro?
You can believe that the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, Latinos, they the same people.
Yeah. I'm actually a Seminole. So what happened is when they came over here, right? Like you got the conquistadors, Spaniards, whatever, Spanish, right? When they came over here, you know what they did? They read the Apocrypha. This is a part of the original 1611. I got right here in my pad. This is everything put together. So what they did was you had the Moors, which are the southern kingdoms, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the Moorish people, which were Israelites, which they had wars with the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs. And what they did was they made them convert to Islam, and then they were secretly keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes. All right, so when they was taken down over in Europe, they had them to translate, like Luis de Torres, he was of the tents of Judah, and he was translating for the so-called white man, Esau, of what we were saying. You know why? So when you go into history right in school, right, they don't tell you they had Hebrew translators. Now, if you come on this side of the world, why would you need Hebrew translators if you don't know the people you're going to encounter? Because the term Moreno Indios means dark-skinned sons of God. Moreno means dark-skinned, Indios means sons of God. So if you come on this side of the world, you could have had Greek translators, you could have had Latin translators, what have you. Why Hebrew translators? Because you know you're going to encounter Hebrew Israelites. And you go into the history of the council of us, we was keeping certain customs. First fruits, Passover, all right, harvest, and then we wore what? We wore fringes on our garments. All right, you look at so-called Native Americans, they got all my Seminoles, the North Brothers. This is in the law. It's in the book. I'm gonna read it for you, bro. Yeah, it represents a great significance. I'm gonna show it to you, bro. That's why you look at even the so-called Mexicans, their poncho, they got fringes on. I'm gonna show you that, bro. That's very important. Listen, man, let me read it for you, bro. Numbers 15. Numbers 15:37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. So if you see my fringes, you see the border of blue, right? It says, and it shall be unto you for a fringe that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord. Exactly. And do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart, which the word heart means your mind. It says, in your own eyes, after which he used to go a whoring. But he go a whoring after other gods, false gods. It says that you may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, which is bondage. To be your God, I am the Lord your God. So the Most High name is Yahweh. The Son name is Yahweh. That's why you go to Pharaoh, the gatherings, and you say the broken form. They say Yahweh. Yeah, you go to gather, you hear it. It'll say Yahweh. That's how you really pronounce his name, Yahweh. And his name is the Son name is Yahweh. All right, and so don't worry about that. Nobody important. So basically, when you look into the history of Native Americans, what they found us having 10 commandments in all Hebrew, Syrian style Hebrew. Right? To be exact, Syrian style Hebrew, because you go in the scriptures, who the northern tribes go into? They go into the Syrian captivity. Remember I said we was taken away out of the land first? Yeah. Who took us out of the land? Manasseh the fifth. How you know how you found that? Right in there. No. The Syrians. The Syrians. So the Syrians took the northern tribes away. Right in the pocket. That's why it's the pocket. When you get the whole 1611, you have the pocket in it. It'll tell you from the northern tribes up. So, we'll go to the 13th chapter. Years, so excuse me. So Numbers 13 and 40 says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea the king, referring to Hoshea. Remember, the Bible translates Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. So when they say Hoshea, it's referring to Hoshea. Right, just a split though. Because after Solomon died, you had Rehoboam and Jeroboam, they was fighting. And then the prophet Elijah had ripped the garment to 12 pieces and threw 10 to him, 2 to him. That's the split right there. I ain't mentioned the split, but that's what happened. So we had a lot of infight going on. What happened after that was Jeroboam, he caused the northern tribes to go off. We were having moved all of us and by way of the Assyrians. That's what we're doing right now. So those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land at the time of the king. Carried them over the waters, so they came into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves. For the country where never mankind grew up. They might dare keep the statutes which they never kept in their own land. They entered into the great narrow countries of the river. So if I had a map right now, well, yeah, because the main part of Garden is land of Israel. So Euphrates. Tigris, you're right. And Euphrates, we entered into Euphrates, right? This is a map. That's a big map. Hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, prophet.
Hey, nah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it like this too.
Okay. So
I'm learning.
So basically, go to a map, right? I'm gonna show you the map real quick. Go to the world map. Click on the world map. Show you here where we came from. Prices kind of here. The prices are right here. Now attached right here. And come all the way to the then Africa, all over here was some of the Caribbean, right? The started strongly before got us all the way over here. A land where never mankind dwelt there, the unknown world, right? That's what the so-called white man call it, right? But when you go into the scriptures, King Solomon had a navy that came over this land. The Philistine, Hiram the Fifth, right? Hiram. Yeah, he was a great sailor, and he worked for King Solomon. That's why the old big statues down there. Let's go. Well, they going to. Eventually, our people go off going to that Kemetic stuff. That's Kemetic. That stuff pertains to the so-called Africans, the sons of Ham. That has nothing to do with us. Like they'll try to tell you that, listen, guys, they'll try to say the Eritreans are a special bloodline of King Solomon. In the scriptures, he had Rehoboam. Yeah, Rehoboam is King Solomon's son. Rehoboam. Yeah, that's his name. Rehoboam. That's how you pronounce it.
It's pronounced with R-H-E.
Yeah, R-E-H-O-A-B-A-M. Rehoboam. So, I'm not saying the Hebrew Bible pulled it up there. Basically, he was Solomon's son. And so they'll try to act like the Eritreans is like King Solomon's special, like seed or something. Now, am I saying they're not Israelites among them? No, because you gotta remember, I read earlier, we're scattered among all nations. So of course, you're gonna have Israelites among all nations, right? But to say that they're special bloodline of Solomon, where do you find that at? That's not the scriptures, because everything about us is right? We'll get into that. So like I said about the northern tribes, like you go into our history, right? You look up all of our garb, we had fringes on and everything. I read to you what the fringes represent. Yeah, you look at all our history, the Tainos, the Seminoles, the North American Indians, the Aztecs, they all had the fringes with the border of blue.
If you watch the old cowboy movies, you'll see a lot of them in the old cowboy.
Exactly.
The old. Yeah. You will see a lot of them with fringes on their clothes.
Exactly.
The traditional stuff.
Exactly.
They don't show a lot
The
of
Cowboys wear fringes for what?
For no reason.
They Israelites. That's a custom of our people. You don't see that. You don't see the so-called Japanese people that. You don't see the so-called Chinese. Arabs, no. Arabs wear their garments, but they don't wear fringes and stuff. You know, so that's a custom of Israel. The thing is, you know what the problem is, bro? Let me tell you something, bro. The problem with Israel is they don't want to be Israel. You know what's laid in store for our people? The kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is prepared for our people only. Like all the things we suffer on this side, right? Think about it. When you go in the scriptures, you've been in captivity on all the nations, right? We're going to rule over all the nations. They're going to build our kingdom of heaven. They're going to build it up. The Israelites going to be immortal. This is Genesis 15 and 13. It says, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them. And they shall afflict them 400 years, right? So this is going to the 400-year account, right? You know what it's going into, right? The Egyptian captivity, right? Because well, no, actually, that pertains to the Old Egypt. It's two Egypts. Right. In the scripture. All right, Revelation 11:8 says, let me show you the other Egypt, bro. You know what? House of Punishment, right? Keep in mind. House of Punishment. Two Babylons, two Egypt. Egypt means what? House of Punishment. The name should be there as Mizraim. Revelation 11:8, it says, their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Now, what Sodom and Gomorrah represented? The same thing you got going on with here. You know, can't even say it, but the alphabet just say the alphabet for it, all right? We just say it like that. Keep it YouTube friendly, right? According to YouTube. Yeah, right behind you. So, keep it YouTube friendly, we just say that, you know, the alphabet for it, right? So, that was Sodom and Gomorrah was about, right? Egypt, captivity, house of bondage. So, not rightfully named Sodom and Egypt for a reason. Because this is Sodom. Matter of fact, they're trying to make sure that same-sex marriage is upheld in the federal court right now, as we speak, brother. That proves what? Obama passed a law for what? Rights, right? To give them rights, right? And then they having the same-sex marriage to be federally recognized. That means in every state, the federal government going back and forth. So is it not rightfully Sodom and Gomorrah? Exactly. So that's what I mean when I say there's two Egypts and there's two Babylon, right? You got Babylon, you got the virgin daughter of Babylon, also known as Babylon the Great. So the 400 years, right? Going to the 400 years. To be technical, we was there how many years? 400. We was there more than 400 years. To be technical. Yeah, old Egypt.
He wasn't in bondage for the whole.
It was 400. To be honest, it was 435. Because you got to remember. Okay. No, the word Egypt means house of bondage. This became a house of bondage for us. Yeah. That's how we just agreed upon it. Yeah, the old Egypt in the land of Africa, as you know it is. We did serve. That's when we became a nation in that captivity. If you remember, right? The Egyptians, which you call. No. The Israelites and the people of Ham is two different people. Let me get that point. That's what you get confused at. I see now. Let's get Ham. So this is the so-called Jew book, right? This is Ham right here. They even acknowledge this, right? It says Ham, the youngest son-in-law, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons that lived through the flood. So we had Noah, his wife, and he had 2 sons, and they each had a wife. It says, he became the progenitor, his father, of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Like we refer to Genesis 10 chapter, right? 6 through 10. So that's why our people get that African thing in their mind, because that's Esau putting it on our mind. The ones he got from the west coast of Africa, you know what the court said? Port Judah, Port Levi, Port Benjamin. So he the first handbill said fine Hebrews. Google fine Hebrews, please. Go to your phone, brother. Type in fine Hebrews. Let's show you Esau's a moron. Because he put on the handbill fine Hebrews. Now why we call us fine Hebrews, the ones of us that came from that way, which would be the tents of Judah, right? So whoever came that way, from the west coast mainly, west coast, North Africa, right? Even a little bit of the south. Port Benjamin, Port Levi, Port Judah, that's the obvious. The slave trade, transatlantic slave trade, bro. They don't tell you that in school, do they? You know why? Because that's why the scriptures they call them deceivers. And then the Moors, right, which is another sect of the tents of Judah, the ones that ruled in Europe, they came from Europe, the Moorish people. Like I said earlier, they was Israelites that secretly kept the laws, commandments, and statutes. And some of the Moors was the translators, right? Going back to Spain. They ruled in Spain and all that. England and the Anglo-Saxons. Anglo-Saxons mean the Judge sons of Isaac. King James. Anglo-Saxons mean, when you Google Anglo-Saxons, it literally means angelic sons of Isaac. Now who that go to? Because Isaac had 2 sons, right? To be exact, he had 2 sons, Jacob and Esau, right? And then the blessing went to who? Jacob or Esau? Jacob. You know what they did? They took down the Israelites and they started assuming and acting as them. Like when the Greeks took over Egypt, they start dressing as the Greeks and acting as the Greeks. The so-called white man stole everything. Come on, it's a known fact he's a thief. Like right now, he's over in the land calling himself by our nationality. And a lot of them so-called Jews, they get killed. Basically, I'll say, how the Jews leave and come back black. I mean, how the Jews leave black and come back white. I'm sorry. Like Arthur Koestler. They assassinated his whole family for saying that. He wrote a book called 13 Tribes. Come on, you know, so it's like, yeah, because the scriptures say thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, right? So, go to the book of Psalms. Oh, no, that brother just coming out. He down here every weekend. Hey. If anybody want to listen to learn who they are, bro, they're more than welcome, all right? This is Psalms 49:11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that the dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So why do you think America is called America? America Vespucci. You know, and what they do is they want to be like the Israelites more than anybody. All right, brother, how you doing? You know, the main people they want to be like is us. You know why? Because we're special people, the children of Israel. So if I know that I got the Israelites in slavery, right, and I can assume their nationality, right, and like tell the whole world I'm them, and then let the whole world do. Because remember, Esau's in power. So what they gonna do? They gonna bow down and acknowledge that, right? Even though they know who the real Israelites are. That's basically what they do. That's what they have done. The book of Ezekiel, 36th chapter says this. This is Ezekiel 36 and 5. It says, Therefore, thus saith the Lord of power, surely in the fire of my judgment have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Now, you know what Idumea means? Google Idumea, bro. Please, Bible shop. I'm going to show you what Idumea means. Let's go back to the Greek language. No, it means exactly Edom. Edom, yes, exactly. It's a Greek way of saying Edom. Esau is Edom. So, see, we already established that, right? We're going to pull up when we get on Google. It says, against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all of their heart, with despite the mind, to cast it out for a prey. So, who in our land? Edom. They're not white, they're red. That's why you call them rednecks in your generation. Right? And then even before then, you say red nigga picker woods. What happened? If your neck red, your whole body red. I don't know nobody got a different color neck. Because in the scripture, ain't no such thing like it. You know, it's a person like a white person. You know that? Like a so-called white person, right? You know that? Not exactly. Numbers 12 and 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said to Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, because when you die, you turn pale, you lose your color. It says, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. You don't take your full perfection when you first come out your mother's womb. It takes days, weeks, months, sometimes.
Idumean, adjective, definition of Idumean, of real, relating to Edom or the Edomites. Edomic.
Hey, brother, I'm getting my wife out of this.
All right, well, hey. Welcome out here, brother. Oh, yeah, sure. Out here in the snow, all that. All right, brother. Let's see, brother. So you got that again, bro?
You don't remember
Read it again.
Oh. I just dropped it.
How you doing, bro? You doing all right? I think I walked right with school with you, man.
Yeah, it was.
Right, what year you?
Yeah. Your mom, man, she helped me out.
Yeah, that's my son. I was
Yeah. I'm in with school.
Alonzo Park. You gonna remember me passing my
D
grandma by
Trip.
me all the time.
I play ball off school, play ball, football, all that.
Brother, Deuteronomy 28.
Watching the army and all that. Yeah. Sure, bro. So that's what we going into, because they walked up. He wanted to see what I was talking about. He said, "See, yeah, shooting out here." So he wanted to see. So
What camp are you with?
Great Millstone.
Okay, where y'all got a school somewhere around here?
No. See, that's the thing. That's the thing, bro. The other apostles, now they are all the main camps that come out of One West. They out and about, right? Now, what happened with the other apostles was they set up. Everybody got channels on YouTube, so everybody learned by way of YouTube. That's a unicorn that does the heavy lifting. So YouTube is the school session. Actually, go and watch the short videos, watch brothers teaching, watch the elders, young brothers like myself. Do it out here in the highways and byways, and also the short videos during the week. And that's how you learn. You come out here today, but like I'm gonna give you an example how I learn. So what I would do is I would get a notebook and a pen, right? And that's brothers. Well, I would watch the elder apostles and the younger elders and the young brothers that have been in longer than I have. And I will hear them break down, subject matters, precept for precept, and I'm writing them down. And that's how you learn. What you do is you go back home, you look it up, bro.
Yeah, that's how we. So we from Ben Harbor, but we live in Louisville. We're part of IUIC. I know I got my friends, but we just.
That's cool, yo.
We just joined IUIC.
Yeah.
I used to be a pastor, Sunday church pastor.
Okay.
My dad was part of IUIC.
Okay.
He sent me a couple videos, and
Well, they teach Israel.
yeah.
They teach Israel.
Yep.
But I'll say this though, bro. Because it's one thing we're gonna IUIC about is teaching the names.
It's me.
Like, I'll read verbatim, just so like an Israelite that don't know the Hebrew, right? Because we're not supposed to technically call them God and Jesus, right? That's not their name. You gotta know the Hebrew. The Most High name is Yahweh. His name, the Son name is Yahweh. So why would I call these fake names? This is the transliteration. So when I see all caps Lord, I see Christ or Jesus, I know who the name put there. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal because Proverbs 18:10 says this. It's very important that you, like I always say this, and there's no disrespect. But if I'm gonna learn from somebody, I'm gonna learn from the best. And that's all I'm saying. You know, I don't want to learn from fucking what's a mediocre player in the NBA? I don't want to learn from Mike Conley Jr. I really learn from, if I'm gonna be a point guard, I want to learn from Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry or somebody, Damian Lillard. Why do I go to Mike Conley Jr.? Who is he? He's an average point guard. That's like you want to join Lakers, you got the whole Lakers roster, the 2000 Lakers roster. I want to be like Derek Fisher. No, nigga, I want to be like Kobe. That's what you were saying. That's what Jake could say. Kobe, that dude. I'm gonna learn from Kobe or Shaq. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say that, bro. This is Proverbs 18:10. I had to say that way so you get a feel like how we normally say it in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So Proverbs 18:10. It says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. That's right. The righteous running into it and is safe. So the name of the Lord is a strong tower.